guys, what's going on? It's Ash here coming at you today in Raid Shadow Legends. I am not alone. I am joined by Chosen. Chosen, what's up, man? Happy New Year. How you doing?
What's going on, man? Good to see you. First collab since hanging out at TwitchCon and getting to meet in person, so I'm excited.
Yeah, dude, it was a blast meeting you and Darth and Deadwood and who am I forgetting? Who else was there?
Oh, Layla.
Well, I didn't meet Layla, but yeah,
all the AMG people and stuff. Yeah, so it was a good time.
It was fantastic, man. You guys were amazing, and talked a little bit of Raid. We're gonna talk some more Raid today, and I did a tier list on your channel as well. You'll be uploading that tonight or tomorrow, so guys, check that out after you're done watching this one. Today we're gonna talk about at the end of the year, Chosen. We're gonna talk about our biggest regrets this year in Raid Shadow Legends. I don't even know who your champions are, but I have prepared a list of my own. These videos, Chosen, dude, people always walk away, I feel like, hating me. So, welcome. I decided to get you on board for the hate because we get these emotional attachments, don't we, to these champions that we pull? And I swear, whenever I put my regret video, just me on my account, guys, don't take it too personally if you like these champions. People are like, you don't realize, Ash, how good this champion is. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Well, yeah, and it's also hard because it's not really their fault because every account is so different. Like everybody's got their own journey. So a champion that is really impactful for you, it might not be for me, you know? So it's hard.
Exactly. So let's just alternate, man. You're the guest. So why don't you go first, man? If you disagree with one of my champions, you let me have it, Chosen.
Okay, cool. I'll start with Helior. I think he was towards the end of last year, but by the time I kind of invested in him and booked him and stuff, it was kind of like the beginning of this year. So a while ago to kind of start 2022. And Helior is a champion that I thought I would be excited for. I thought, oh, I'm going to put this guy as a tank in tag team arena. The meta is kind of shifting away from speed, and I want like a tanky team. And I spent the books and the resources and everything. I think he was a guaranteed summon event that I spent like 15 sacreds to get, and I literally just never used him anywhere. So like he might be a decent champion or something, but he just never ended up actually coming to fruition for me, unfortunately.
You know what, dude? I'm going to I hate to say this because this dude, I was so excited, similar to you, when I pulled this guy. But I'm very similar, man. I don't really use him. And to be fair, too, we've both been playing for years and years. We both have endgame accounts, so take that into consideration, guys. But I was with you, man. I built him. I booked him. And boy, that Solar Blessing, like Miscreated Monster, has such a better shield on his A2. And the stun and the ally protect, blah, blah, blah. Just doesn't work for whatever reason on this guy. Maybe his multipliers need to be better or something. I don't know. But I agree with you.
Yeah, better base stats or just like a little bit of love to his
defense is beast mode, you know? He has 1542 on the base defense, but you're right. He's just something missing there. But yeah, man, not an awful champion, but I hate to say it, but I agree, man. All right, I'm going to start with, hey, I kind of, my viewers know that I hate every Doom Tower hard champion out there. So I've gotten a few of them this year. I don't really hate all of them, but most. I've gotten a few of them this year. I just unlocked Granjar. He kind of sucks. But I'm only going to include one on the list because I could just go through and name them all, right? So I absolutely hate Cromax Moonblood. Are you familiar with Cromax?
Honestly, not even really. No.
Good.
I've never really used Cromax yet.
Good. Don't even think about putting anything into this champion. The trashiest champion, trashiest legendary in Raid Shadow Legends, even over Jingwan, over anybody else. He is the worst legendary. Look at the reviews. The reviews are all ones on this dude. All ones. Cromax Moonblood, stay away, guys. Until they buff him. Hopefully they buff him.
He's got to get AoE provoke and decrease accuracy on one ability.
He's got a AoE provoke and a decreased accuracy on a 4 frickin' turn cooldown.
I was kidding.
I know. And it's just like, that's it. That's the highlight of his kit. 4 turn AoE provoke. That's like an epic kit nowadays, man. I mean, listen, some people watching right now are going to be like, well, wait a second here. That's not that bad. But it is bad, especially for a Doom Tower champion that you need to grind for like literally 2 years of daily Doom Tower grinding to get your hands on him. No player that's been playing for 2 years needs an AoE 4-turn cooldown provoke. All right, I rest my case, Joseph.
Yeah, they need to add one more cooldown to let him book the AoE provoke to 3 turns, and then his kit would actually have a nice rotation.
Yeah, geez, man, he's awful. Anyway, okay, who you got next, Chosen?
Cool. I think everyone's gonna get mad at me, and maybe this will be an opportunity for me to revisit this champion.
Okay.
But a champion that I went for on a guarantee in Archbishop Pinthroy,
No!
which was really pricey at 150 ancients. I just I haven't ended up using him anywhere. So you can let me know if I'm crazy or if I need to slot him in somewhere immediately. But I just never ended up actually needing him somewhere despite spending those resources.
Okay, bro. I love this champion. I love the birdcage. First of all, the birdcage helmet. Are you kidding me? Like that's a really good
Yeah,
helmet he's got going on. I love Archbishop Pinthroy, dude. I'm surprised that he is your first your second guy. Okay, so what do I like? First of all, you can use him anywhere in the game, obviously, but for the end game, he really shines in Hydra. I run him in Relentless set, okay? So he has increased accuracy, he has heal reduction, whatever. He has block buffs, all on a 3-turn cooldown. So great for Hydra, obviously. On the A,
that's true. Yeah, I've got to slot him in on one of my Hydra teams. Yep.
he's got a great heal. Heals 30% heal. He's got the big version, obviously increased defense. And then if four more allies are alive, which is always pretty much the case until the end of Hydra, he's got a nice shield too. So really, really good support ability here. And again, when I have him in Relentless, you're proccing this a lot more often. You know, it's on a 4-turn cooldown being the only downside. So he's able to keep those block buffs up. He's able to bring increased accuracy on a 3-turn. And then with the shield, the increased defense, and the great heal, he just serves like so many different roles in one champion, again, for Hydra. So, you know, end game, pretty one-dimensional, I guess you could say. But boy, I use him in my best Hydra team, man.
Yep. And you know, when I talk about like biggest regrets of 2022, this one would fall in the category of like I probably should be utilizing him more than I do.
Got you.
So yeah, I'm definitely going to be exploring getting him into a Hydra team for sure.
Let me know if he lives up to your expectations or if hopefully he exceeds them. All right. My next one is going to be, I'm going to hit you with, you hit me with a curveball there. I'm going to hit with a curveball because now everybody's going to hate me after I say this one. But Ailil, man. This dude.
Is everyone going to hate you though?
I don't know. I mean, I feel like people who spent 110 void shards to get him are gonna hate me. You know.
I mean, it's only like $600. It's not that bad.
That's the only. Dude, this guy. First of all, he looks so cool, right? It's a shame that he's so bad. But I don't. Do you have him? Did you go for him?
No, I definitely did not go for him. Twofold. You know, they bumped it up from, you know, up to 110. I'm actually gonna be talking about this champion in a little bit in Riho. Riho is way better than Ailil, and she was 90, and Ailil is 110. So, like, I wasn't gonna.
Riho's not on your list, is she?
Well, we'll get to that.
Okay,
Don't worry.
Okay, you're scaring me, man.
but no,
I
did not go.
Right.
I did not go for no.
So Ailil, dude, man, bro. Like, I was ready for this dude to smack. I was so excited. He ignores Stone Skin. He ignores Strengthen. He's removing increased defense, placing decrease, removing Strengthen, placing weakened. He's buff removal, can't be resisted. Oh my God, I was so excited. But he has a 1630 base freaking attack too, dude. Dude, he doesn't hit hard, you know, like it's great to have all those amazing abilities, and Force of Nature is a super cool passive. This is the quintessential, looks awesome on paper, but in reality, like, just give me freaking Genbo the Dishonored, dude. Like, that's how I feel about him. Like, I'm really, really underwhelmed. Just doesn't hit that hard. Like, yeah, that's it. I could
a champion like him, it all comes down to the multipliers. Like, if they're not good, he's not going to be a good champion. And if they buff his multipliers, all of a sudden he could be insane.
He'll be a beast.
All comes down to that.
Yeah. I hope they do. I hope they do buff him. But anyway, right now I'm just not a fan. I don't even use them. I did one of those things, Chosen. You ever do this where you get a new champion and you try, if they're a little underwhelming, and then you try to talk yourself into them. You're like, yeah, no, he's actually pretty good. Like, he hit hard there. And then you're like, no. And then a week later, you're like, oh, okay, in the vault you go. All right. Who you got next?
I've done it many times.
Yeah, who you got next, man?
All right, next up, since you wanted me to talk about Riho, I'm going to talk about that one. So, in terms of, you know, I thought we were coming into this as like a biggest regrets of 2022. Yeah. I regret not going for Riho for her event in 2022.
You scared me, man. You scared me.
You
I thought you
yeah.
were gonna be like, I regret building Riho, and I'm like, Chosen, the door. See you later, man. The door's
Yeah,
open.
it's my last goal out.
No, that's
So
fair. That's fair. That's fair.
I totally regret it. Because yeah, now they're bumping up the cost with the inflation of the void shards. Like her event for 90, it like it's starting to seem reasonable. Maybe that's Plarium's goal. Is they're trying to power creep the guaranteed events. But I really regret not having her. I underestimated her at the time, and I wish I had yanked the 90 voids to get her.
She's an amazing champion. I'm so glad that you regret not getting her, and that's allowed. I'm gonna allow it. Okay. Whew. I was really worried you're gonna be like, dude, Riho Bonespear kind of sucks. I'm like, what? All right, cool, man. Yeah, she's a beast of a champion. Totally agree with you there. Okay, next up, I'm gonna go with an easy one, I think. Gerda Bogbrew. She's a looker. First of all, our girl Gerda. She's a daily login reward champion somewhere in the cycle. I got her, and I gotta be honest with you, man. I looked at Gerda's kit. She got the AoE weaken. She got the poisons. And on the A3, she's removing a random buff and removing 2 random debuffs. And I got to thinking to myself, dude, people, and everyone was hating on her shows, and everybody hating on Gerda, you know? And I got to thinking to myself, I'm going to do a video talking about Gerda's not as bad as everybody's saying she is, right? So I was like, you ever like go to make a video and like after an hour and a half or whatever, you're just like, screw this, I'm not making the video because she sucked. Yep. She did suck, man. Like she doesn't have the full cleanse, so you can't rely on her for the full cleanse. You know, she's so, I don't know. It just, something about her kit is so underwhelming. I think she's a super trash champion. I would not.
You know what is also the worst is when you're going to make a video and you're like, you want to talk about like, okay, I want to show you how amazing this underrated champion is in the arena. And then while you're recording, you're just getting bodied over and over. And you're like, okay, never mind. I guess
that's never happened to me, Chosen. That's never happened to me, ever.
But yeah, Gerda.
You're right, though. Like, you're right.
I didn't build Gerda. I kind of saw through the writing on the wall and didn't even bother.
Yeah. Like the kit, you can kind of, she's a champion that, at least with me, you can kind of talk yourself into her. You're like, okay, wait a second. There's something there. But then there was nothing there. All right, who you got next?
Next up is going to be another one that is a solid champion that has a role in the game. But I wonder if it was worth me spending the 15 sacreds to get her, and that is Kyoku.
Ooh,
Kyoku.
Wow.
I kind of had a similar thought as Helior is like, okay, I'm going to get Kyoku, and she's going to slot right into as a tag team arena tank and be a beast for me. And I'm going to need her to finish Shadowkin, which never ended up being the case. And then I never used her in tag team arena. Now, I did recently use her for a solo Bommel floor 90 on hard strategy. So I did get some value out of her, and I was excited about that. But without the Bommel strategy, I literally wouldn't even use her. So spending 15 sacreds, that's like the same cost as Nekmathar. And Nekmathar is someone I'm excited to have. So if I'm comparing like Nekmathar and Kyoku, I would definitely regret like the 15 sacred cost.
All right, bro. I like Kyoku. I say Kyoku. You say what, Kyoku?
I mean, you know how I probably pronounce it wrong.
I'm probably pronounce more wrong than you do. But anyway, I actually really like this champion, dude. I have to disagree on this one. I mean, but listen, I'm just gonna be real with you, right? I disagree. I love her, but I'm also gonna be honest. I don't use her either, even though I love her.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. Is
even though I love her, though, I love her.
But
I love her. And again, if I pulled her on my free-to-play account or something, she would be used in every dungeon, you know, everywhere. I love her Wellspring passive for the arena for a go second team. I love the extra turn. So she's a really good champion, but again, I'd be lying if I said that I used her. But maybe now, just because of your hating on her, Chosen, maybe I'll make an arena team with her and stick it in there. You know,
this is why Chosen's an idiot. That's Ash's next title.
I would never, my friend.
But I think it's her A2. It's just wonky. How it's got like the AoE attack down, and then if it didn't place it, it does the HP burn. If she just did AoE attack down and AoE HP burn, then like I would not be saying that. I'd be probably using her a lot more.
You know, I will say one thing about her, right? Like if you get this amazing ability in Kyoku's Horde, she's block damage 3 out of every 4 turns with the extra turn as well. Like, that's insane for an ally protector. It just like makes her one of the best tanks in the game. However, with the extra turn, it would be so much cooler to go into anything better than the Blood Curdle, you know, like anything with a little bit more support at all, you know, it would be cool. I mean, damage mitigation is nice though. I mean, it's for progression. So anyway, we've talked Kyoku. You guys let us know how you feel about her. Okay, my next is going to be, this one is going to be, I actually like that you picked some good champions here, because I did too on this one. I think that she's a really good champion. I just pulled her in my last chart opening video, and I already forgot what faction she is. Tramaria. Okay, there she is. Dark Elf. So Tramaria. So I freaked out when I pulled her. She was the first chart I pulled. This is like earlier this week. So I maxed her out off camera first thing, and I'm like, okay, get ready, Tramaria. You're going in my number 1 Hydra team. I'm so excited. You are a beast of a champion. She got AoE decreased speed on the A1, AoE stun on the A2. Then on the A3, she has a cleanse with turn meter fill if she's removing like fears and true fears. I'm like, oh my god, this is perfect. This is perfect for Hydra, you know? However, the bad news is she has the smallest multipliers known to man on her kit, right? She has, not that I expected her to be like a super nuker, right? But sometimes it's nice to get some damage out of a champion with 2 AoEs on the A1 and A2. But like, to put it into perspective, I was just saying this in your channel too, like Mother Cybele with similar gear is scoring me like 4 times the damage as Tramaria. So you take that away, and then it's just like, okay, she stuns. Okay, can't use stun in Hydra. Decreased speed is nice, but not a lot of damage. And then she has a cleanse. So I'm looking at a cleanser with, you know, a decreased speed, really, you know? And again, great champion for control, great champion for Doom Tower. I don't have problems in any of those areas, you know? I pulled her expecting to, like, this is a Hydra beast. So what do you think of her, man? Like, I'm, again, and her scores aren't that great either. I'm actually surprised. But, like, you know, again, endgame account, warning, you know, everything that we've already said. But, like, I'm just underwhelmed, man. What do you think of her?
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Sounds really good on paper. I don't like abilities that have qualifiers that are really weird and unplannable, like her A1 with the chance to place fear if the enemy's under 20% turn meter. Like, it's like, what? Like, so I typically shy away from champions that have abilities that are just wonky to get value out of, and Tramaria has one of those. So I would say that would knock her a little bit from my end, but you know, it's interesting to hear your feedback because I haven't been able to test her, and she does sound like she'd be good. Like AoE stun is rare in the game, and you know, so like can do some cool things. But yeah, I'm not sure where I would be like excited to slot her in. So I understand where you're coming from.
You're not going to use her in the arena because, you know, if you want an AoE stun, you want like a you know, what's his face, like Astralon or something like that, someone who actually hit hard, you know. So anyway, that's just my opinion, but you guys can let me know why I'm wrong in the comments below. Who you got next, Chosen?
Oh, geez. So next is a champion that was, I believe, at the beginning of the year, a guaranteed summon event that I spent a lot of resources to get. You can start to see my mindset is like, I regret I regret spending resources to get somebody or not spending resources to get somebody with like Riho. But I would say Gamuran would be my next one. I think he was like 100. I think he was like 150 ancients. And I kind of saw his kit in a new faction, and I was like, okay, he's someone I don't want to miss out on. So let me spend the ancients. And then when I got him, it was like there was a CBC, and I booked him up. I spent a bunch of res on him, and I literally have never used him ever. So
dude, he's the worst. He is the worst champion, man. He is the worst champion. I agree with you. I should have put him on my list, but I thought he was last year. But I mean, I think the event was this year. I guess I don't know. Either way,
it was like December or January. It was
Either way, dude, I'm trying to talk myself into this. This is like, we were talking about this earlier. I was really trying to talk myself into Gamuran. I even made a video on him. I'm like the most unique or obscure, I call them, obscure legendary, because of this dread invocation, this A3 ability. It's weird. You guys can read it. I'm not going to waste your time. But like, I guess all I'll say about it is that like, I tried him everywhere, like Ice Golem everywhere. And it's just like, he was never better than replacement value at all, no matter where I tried to use him. So maybe there'll be his kit is so wonky, Chosen, that I feel like maybe someday, some boss, somewhere, some way, when PvEP comes into the game, somehow he might have some usage, but it's definitely not right now.
Are you a baseball analytics guy? That's always when I hear wins above replacement. And
Yeah,
replacement
yeah. The whip.
Okay.
Yeah, dude. I'm with you, man. I'm with you. He's not doing very well. All right, my last champion is going to be. I don't hate this dude. Again, like every champion, we could have picked like the crappiest of the crappy. We tried to pick champions we actually regretted that we thought were going to be really good, you know. And this dude, Duedan, literally this dude, he looks cool. I made a video on him. I don't think he's a trash champion, right? And he's going to help a lot of players in Faction Wars when they eventually open for Sylvan Watchers. However, I mentioned him, one, to just put an epic in the mix, and two, because taunt, man. That taunt ability, I was kind of excited for it, and like, I don't think it's that good at all. Like, I don't think it's good. So I think that with a taunt, you know, a strengthen on himself and a shield, I mean, he's not a champion that I see myself like using at all outside of Faction Wars.
Yeah, taunt's an interesting one. It's going to be one of the lesser desired, mechanics. I like its addition to the game, but a champion like Duedan, or however you say it, Duedan, like if he's going to revolve around taunt, I agree he should have probably gotten a little bit more love. And I think he's, I don't disagree with that. Your assessment.
Yeah, a 4-turn shield. Yeah, I mean, he's not. I like the increase the buff on allies. Again, he's not a trash champion. It's more of like a taunt, which is like, okay, no need for this ability, for this buff, I guess. It is kind of cool that it's a buff that taunts, but it just doesn't. I don't think it has any real use case unless I'm missing something. If you guys have one, let us know.
Well, yeah, because the benefit is that it's kind of a way.
Not against resist.
The benefit is that it's a way to alter the enemies negatively without needing any accuracy.
Any accuracy, yeah. True, but I guess, yeah, where are you using him?
Well, yeah, exactly. Well, I don't even have him, but
okay, got you. Okay, who's your last, or is that it?
That's all of our. Because remember you said the guest goes first.
I want a bonus. I want to ask a bonus.
You want a
question.
Bonus?
Yeah, one bonus question for you, Chosen. We've talked about a lot of worst of 2022. Do you have a best, so like one or two champions to come to mind that was your best of 2022? Like your happiest champion that you maxed out? You mentioned Nekmo earlier.
Yeah. It might be him.
Yeah, he's a beast.
Yeah, no, like that was a really fun event to get him, and instantly changed my Hydra teams. And what I can get done in that dungeon to help me, acquire Mithrala faster. I may have already had Mithrala by then, but you know what I mean, like to help me grind out the Hydra, make it less miserable and make it easier. So, in terms of a champion this year, that was a fun event for me to participate in and to max out and get value out of right away. Would probably be Nekmathara. I also did pull a Krisk, so that is just
congrats, man. Congrats.
Yes. So Krisk was probably the most exciting pull of 2022, and then my favorite event was probably the Nekmathara one.
Okay, cool. I agree 100% on Nekmothar. I think that my favorite champions of this year were Nekmothar as well. King Galkabar, really cool champion in the Sylvan Watchers. Other ones that come to mind. Actually, you know what, man? Like, I'm not even saying this to be, recency bias, I don't think. But boy, I actually think that the, what's-his-face, the rat, Gishnak Verminlord is really, really cool, man. Like, he's like one of my top Hydra damage dealers on my entire account. So Grishnak was really cool. I'm trying to think of some of my other absolute faves.
I agree with that. I think he's a cool fusion. Solo Dragon 25.
Yeah.
Blowing up Bommel, doing damage in Hydra, going up against Stone Skin. I think he's a cool fusion.
And I just pulled the Marika, the Unbreakable. So I haven't tried her.
We've said it like 12 different ways by now.
I know, man. So I haven't tried her out yet, but I'm really, really excited to use her. I hope she lives up to my expectations. So I will let you know on her. But I think those are probably my like faves. I think I'm forgetting somebody important. But either way, Chosen, listen, I'll let you go here. Thank you so much for coming on. Love talking raid with you, but dude, I'll have your channel link and everything for you in the description below for everybody to go ahead and check out. Guys, I want to hear from you now. It's your turn in the comments. Who is your biggest regret of 2022? Let us know, and be easy on us in the comments, guys. We love you. We love you. Happy New Year. And Happy New Year to you, Chosen. Thanks for coming on, man.
Yeah, you too. Likewise. Thanks for having me. It was fun.
All right, guys. Thank you for watching. And as always, take care, guys.